off my desk, cat. Yep. Today I'm going to talk about my worst con experience. So I've been to like 3 cons. My first one was some sort of Comic-Con. Can't remember, don't remember what year it was. I think it was like 2017. But I don't know, I'll say it was like 2017. Anyways, doesn't really matter. That's not when the whole my worst con experience happened. Fast forward to 2019 when I went to Anthro, New England. This was my worst con experience, and then I went to some other con during the summer of 2019, but you know, like I just said, worst con experience happened at Anthro, New England. Anyways, so Anthro, New England is for a second I thought I said Anthrocon, but I didn't. Anyways, so yeah, this is my first time going to a furry convention. This wasn't my first time going to any furry related, like, public furry thing, because I've been to like several furry, like, furballs, and then I've been to one other furry meetup. Actually, no, that was after this. No, several furry. Alright, furballs. Oh my god. God, I blabber too much. Anyways, so what had happened was I went with one of my friends, and I lent him one of my fursuits, which I actually was trading, but I told the person that I wanted to hold on to it for a little bit so I could have my friend wear it to the convention, and they were fine with it because they didn't need it like in a rush. So anyways, me and one of my friends went to it. I'll pop up a picture right there, and it's actually me and him were in the intro. I also made the suit. Anyways, so I met up with one of my internet friends at the con, and actually me and her met up once at a furball, my first furball, like 1 or 2 years before this. So this is my second time seeing her, and she left with someone because this other person was going to go like put on his full suit. So we're like, okay, we're just gonna hang down in the lobby area to just chill or whatever. So we're just walking around, looking around, whatever. So we're like, alright, how about we just sit down? So we sit down. Sorry, my cat's distracting me. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. You good now? What you doing? Don't go under my tripod, please. Okay. He's watching me now. Anyway, so we sit down because we were a little tired. Because my friend said that she'd be right back and meet us where we were. So we weren't gonna go to like the Headless Lounge or anything. So as we're sitting there, this guy comes up to us, and I get this feeling like, okay, this guy feels a little off. And he comes up. And then once he starts talking, I had like that feeling got even worse because his voice sounded even creepier. Like I don't exactly remember how his voice sounded, but all I can tell you is his voice sounded like what you would expect to sorry, that was my chair if you could hear that. What you would expect to hear from like a child predator, I guess. I mean, I'm not saying he was like a Alright, so basically I have to re-record this part because for some reason, I don't know how, and I don't know why, but this whole part got deleted. So basically what happened after I said that he sounded like a child predator is maybe he was, maybe he was just a friendly guy looking for some fursuiters to say hi to high five, to pat on the back, to give hugs to. I don't know. But all I know is he creeped me and my friend out. Anyways, so he looks at me and he compliments the pins that I had on Zeke's ears. And yeah, he just complimented the pins that I had on Zeke's ears. And then he looks at the badges that I had of Zeke. And one of them was like on my chest. And he kept trying to grab it like twice. And after I saw he kept trying to grab it, I grabbed it myself and basically shoved it at him, saying, "Oh, you want to look at it? Well, I'm going to grab it myself because it's too close to my chest. So, here you go. Now you can look at it." Not that I said that to him, but that's what I was saying in my head. So, he looked at it and he's like, "Okay, cool." And the thing was that really put me off about that is on the con badges that they give to minors, it literally has a big red M in the corner of it for minor. So, anyways, after that, he literally sits right next to me without my permission and literally really, really close to me in my personal space, which really, really made me uncomfortable. So, that happened. Also, sorry if you can hear me breathing heavily. For some reason, I get uncomfortable when I'm not talking in my fursuit. I'm just too lazy to re-record this part in my fursuit. To see if there's any, like, convention security or any, like, hotel staff, and there was a lot of both. And I'm like, aren't you guys supposed to be doing your job of making sure people are safe? And now, yeah, I know, he wasn't doing anything, like, bad right now. But then this is where I start freaking out, like, really bad. So, he looks at me and he's like, "Can I pat you on the back?" And I started freaking out. Like, I started breathing really heavily. And I just thought to myself, like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? Like, I have severe, and I mean severe anxiety. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, like, why didn't I say, no, why didn't I just walk away? Because I've heard some really scary stories where people will tell people no, and then they get up and follow them around till they say yes. I don't know, I didn't know if this guy was going to do that exact thing. So I was just like, sure. At least he asked me permission. I'm happy about that. And then he goes along and he's like, can you pat me on the back? And I'm like, oh God. And this is when I look around for hotel staff and security. And again, there's still a lot. And I'm like, aren't you guys supposed to be watching out for creeps? Because there's one right here. And again, I didn't say no because I didn't want him to possibly follow me and my friend around till we said yes. So, oh my God, cat. Now he's under my bed. Anyway, so I said yes, and I like pat him on the back like this, very awkwardly. So he was done, gets up, goes around, sits next to my friend, starts talking to him. I didn't really know what he was talking about, because I was sitting there, like, arms crossed, freaking out, rocking, breathing heavily, shaking, trying to figure out what just happened. And then I look over, he asks my friend if he could pat him on the back too. My friend said yes. Then he asks my friend if he could also pat him on the back. And yet again, he said yes. So then after that, the guy leaves. Me and my friend look at each other and we're like, what the hell just happened? And we both said, I don't know. Then we're like, how about we just go to the Headless Lounge? So we went up to the Headless Lounge and we started like shaking. Like we couldn't figure out what just happened and why this guy just randomly came up to us and was like, can I pat you on the back? Can you pat me on the back? I understand maybe he wanted to ask some fursuiters for like a pat on the back, but what got to me was his voice. Like, you wouldn't understand unless if you were there. I don't know what his intentions are, especially with some minors. That's what also gets to me, is that we were minors. Well, we are minors. So yeah. But yeah, then after that, I go and I find my friend, and she completely forgot that she was supposed to meet us right there in the lobby, and I told her what had happened, and she felt really, really bad. But yeah, that was my worst con experience. That basically happened in the middle of the con, but it didn't actually stop me and my friend from having fun. We just kind of actually forgot about it after a while because we were having so much fun. So yeah. But I just really hope that doesn't happen again or anything worse.